Hi guys, my name is Manali and today we are making vegan naan. So naan needs no introduction, we all love them and I think they are wonderful and I think that homemade is even better. I know the idea of making naan at home, it might sound intimidating, but it's actually quite easy to make and I'll show you exactly how. These vegan naans, they are so soft, so fluffy and you can enjoy them with dal, with curries, and I actually also use them to make naan pizza. I have a very nice paneer tikka naan pizza recipe on the blog and I'll leave a link for it in the description box below. So make sure to check that out. For now, let's see how we make these wonderful vegan naans. We are going to start by mixing the dry ingredients first. So in a large bowl, add 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix this all together and set this aside. Now, to a bowl, I am using the steel bowl of my stand mixer here. To this, add 1 cup of warm water. Remember to not use hot water here. This should be warm water anywhere between 110 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit because this is the optimal temperature for the yeast in order for it to work. So add warm water and then to that add active dry yeast and some sugar. Mix this all together and then you are going to let this sit for 5 to 10 minutes in order for the yeast to activate. As you can see, after 10 minutes, the yeast has activated and the mixture is all bubbly and frothy on the top. If your mixture doesn't look like this, you're just going to throw away everything and start over again. Do not proceed with the next steps. So at this point, I'm adding oil and non-dairy milk. So I have used cashew milk here. And then I'm also adding cashew milk yogurt here. So mix this all together using a whisk or I'm using the paddle attachment of my stand mixer until it's all combined. So once the liquid ingredients are mixed, we are now going to add the dry ingredients. So start adding the flour, add a little at a time, around half cup, and then mix it as you add it. So we are going to add all the flour and mix this all together. Now we have to knead this mixture. So I'm going to replace the paddle attachment of my stand mixer with the dough hook and going to knead this for around 5 minutes. You can also do this step by hand, probably knead it for around 8 to 10 minutes and it should be okay. At this point, if the dough feels very sticky, you can add around 1 tablespoon of flour, but resist the temptation of adding a lot of flour and making it dry. The dough will be sticky and that's okay. Do not try to make it super dry because then the naans will not come out great. So the dough is now done. We are now going to proof the dough. So to proof the dough, you need to keep it at a warm place. So I'm using my instant pot here, which works really well. So I have greased the instant pot with little oil and then I'm placing the dough inside the steel pot of the instant pot and press the yogurt button and for around 30 to 45 minutes. If you don't have an instant pot, no worries, just place it anywhere where it's warm. Another thing which I often do is that preheat the oven to around 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you're going to turn off the oven and then place the bowl inside the oven. Again, it will work the same way. So you can place it anywhere where it's warm. The yogurt button on the Instant Pot just works really well and it proofs the dough very quickly. So that's what I'm doing here. So as you can see, after 45 minutes, my dough has more than doubled in size. It has proved really well. So I'm going to punch all the air out of the dough, and then I'm going to divide the dough into 8 equal parts. These are around 100 grams each. If you want, you can use a weighing scale, but you can also just eyeball it and divide the dough into 8 equal parts. So roll each part into a round, and then we are going to roll these into naans. To roll the naans, you can use a rolling pin or you can also use your hands. So roll the dough into a elongated shape around 8 to 10 inches long and 5 to 6 inches in width. So this is a plain naan, and if you want, you can even put some chopped garlic on top to make it garlic naan. I usually use a rolling pin first, dust it with some dry flour on top before you start rolling, and then you can start with the rolling pin, and then I use my hands to shape the naan. You can also make it round shape, it totally depends. There's no fixed rule really, so you can shape the naan as you like it. Now it's time to cook the naan. To cook the naan, heat a cast iron skillet preferably. You can obviously use any pan, but I really prefer using the cast iron here. So heat the skillet on medium-high heat and then carefully place the rolled naan on the skillet. Cook around 1 minute on medium-high heat, and once you see bubbles on the surface, that's when you're going to flip the naan and then cook the other side for around 1 to 1.5 minutes until it looks nicely browned from both the sides. You can also place the naan directly on heat. If you have a gas stove, you can do that, and that also works really well. So cook all the naans similarly and your naans are almost ready to be eaten. As a final step, brush the naan with some vegan butter, and you can sprinkle lots of chopped cilantro on top. This is totally optional, but I like doing it. And there you go. These vegan naan, they come out so well. They are so soft, so fluffy, and they are absolutely perfect to enjoy with your favorite curry. I hope you guys give this recipe a try because they are my absolute favorite, and you'll love how easy they are to make and how wonderful homemade naans can be. Hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with yet another recipe. Until then, happy cooking and take care.